If you recall, we have already presented the 10 Commandments in one of our past episodes. But today, we will look at the topic again. In these modern times, are these commandments still relevant? The Lord tells us, if you wish to enter into life, keep the commandments. Come, follow me. The Decalogue is not just a random list of do's and don'ts. God is the author or source of the commandments. The commandments also form a unity. One commandment is related to the others. We cannot simply ignore a particular commandment or choose some as favorites. The Catechism beautifully puts it this way: to transgress one commandment is to infringe all the others. One cannot honor another person without blessing God, His Creator. One cannot adore God without loving all men, His creatures. The Decalogue brings man's religious and social life into unity. The Decalogue is also not outmoded and will never be. In our modern world, we need these divine commandments all the more. Why? Because these commandments express our fundamental obligations to God and to one another. They therefore provide the path to a fully human life according to God's design. And these commandments are close to us. Moses says, "It is in your mouth and in your heart, so that you can do it." What God commands, He makes possible by His grace, says the Catechism. Now, the whole of the Decalogue, we can say, is composed of two major parts. One covers the right relationship with God, while the other, our relationship with our neighbors. Today, let us look at the first part. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. We love God and worship Him because He is alive. He is life. Reverence, worship, and adherence to Him could be the only apt response to His revelation and presence, to Him who loved us first. And it is written, "I am the Lord your God. You shall not have strange gods before me." What does this mean? Recognizing God as the true and only God, we say no to worldly gods and deities that we fabricate. No to superstitions, no to testing God, no to sacrilege, no to simony. There is only one God, and it is Him whom we call Abba, Father. It is Him who we see in the very face of Jesus. The second commandment, you shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. We all know that to tell someone your name is an act of trust. We share not only a word or a label, but also our person. And God did that to us. Not only His name, He made Himself available and accessible to us. The prayer Jesus taught us always reminds us, "Our Father, hallowed be your name." Hence, our desire as disciples of Jesus is to keep God's name holy, to preserve God's person as the source of holiness. So we never blaspheme, never curse or swear using God's holy name. The last of this portion, remember to keep holy the Lord's Day. You know, my dear friends, the Sabbath is a day of celebration for the Jews. It is a feast of human freedom. On the seventh day, God rested and refreshed. Jesus also observed the Sabbath, but in a radical way. As He puts it, the Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. If so, why did Christians replace the Sabbath with Sunday? For the simple reason, but yet significant, that Jesus rose from the dead on a Sunday. It is the 8th day of creation, when all of creation was made new, the day of true freedom from sin and death. Hence, every Sunday, we celebrate the Lord's Day and the Holy Eucharist, a memorial of Jesus' saving death and resurrection that is at the heart of the Church's life. Sunday also is a day of grace and rest. That is why we Christians, we should avoid making unnecessary demands on others and on ourselves too, that would hinder us from observing this holy day. So there, my brothers and sisters, I hope you were able to appreciate the commandments again. They are not oppressive. They lead us to freedom. Let us talk about the second portion next week.